I'm Quincy Mumford. You listen to PBR Podcast.
Hit it! Culture, sophisticated
Podcast, baby. Now tell me something good. Oh, yeah.
What's up, everybody? PBR Podcast, Mike Polano, Derek D. Frankie's at the table. Frankie?
Hi, everybody.
She's there. Wow, not even muted. And we have a very special guest here tonight. Very special guest. Actually has been on PBR Podcast before.
Before I was a member.
Before you were a member.
Yeah.
You ever meet? I don't even know if you guys have
Just
literally
now.
met on the podcast. Well, let's bring him anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Quincy Mumford. Yay!
He's here.
going on?
What up, Frankie, what are you doing? That's why we have Dennis! It happens from time to time.
Where is
Welcome
Dennis?
back on the podcast,
Thanks
man.
for having me.
What's going on, man?
How much? Just living, making music,
Yeah.
ton of music.
You are making music, man. We were just talking about that. We saw you, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. At
Last
the house,
week.
At the House of Independence.
A couple weeks ago. Last week.
Was it last week?
Yeah.
I don't know. When you listen to
Flies
this
by.
podcast, you know what I mean? I don't know when it is anymore.
No, that's true.
I feel like every time we say House of Independence on this podcast, we should get $1.
Or like we say it constantly.
Right?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, our show was there. We go to shows there. My show's going to be there. It's like,
It's Derek loves Derek.
I play there. I should get a percentage.
Right?
Yeah.
You keep
on.
saying it. I mean, your show kicked ass, man. And so Quincy Mumford, and the reason why is your backing band, right? There are a lot of new faces in that band, right?
Yeah. It's been it's definitely had a facelift over the last couple of years. Just been different members kind of in and out, and the reason why has almost become just a different assortment of musicians all the time. I mean, you saw us as a 4-piece, but we play with a 5-piece, 6-piece, 7-piece horn section, and it goes on and on. So it's always kind of different.
How long has the reason why been? Dude, all right. So let's break this down. I've known Quincy a long time.
Yep.
Since he was a youngin.
a young buck.
He's still a young boy. What are you now? Like 20, 24, 25?
24 going on 25.
Damn.
In
Young.
2 months.
Right. And from the second I met you, you were a musical talent, a musical force to be reckoned with, right? And it's
Yes.
it's really cool to have seen the growth personally, watching him play and to where he is now. I was super impressed, man. It was unbelievable. Like, people need to come out and watch you play, and so I love, like, when you started. I guess you were like a young kid with a guitar and a little bit of folky. I would have compared you to like Jack Johnson,
Right.
Maybe a little bit of like G Lovish, right? But now you've kind of grown more into this funky. You're like the white version of P-Funk. What the hell, George Clinton? You're like Quincy Clinton.
Quincy Clinton.
Like, you were
All right.
funking it out up there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you noticed like this change in your musical ability?
Oh, of course.
I shouldn't say ability, but I should say style.
Well, you know what? I think with most things, the more you do it, the more you evolve, and the better you become, and the more you figure out what you're trying to do. And for me in the beginning, I like you said, Jack Johnson, like, he was my hero at that time when I was 14, and I was like, I'm going to start writing some songs, and he inspired me to start writing. And then from there, it just kept every record that I made, every song that I wrote, it just become more different. And the last 2 years, it's been really focused on funk and soul music. And
I dig it.
I think soul music is the basis behind most music. It starts from here. It starts from within. And as long as you're singing it and you're giving your all, people are going to respond to it. So.
Yeah, funk is great, man. That's one of my favorite. Like, I love the blues and funk and everything. And I watched one video. You're at the Stone Pony. I think it was like a Christmas show or something.
Yep.
Watched it earlier today. And what's the name of that song?
I'm not sure maybe Shifted. You
Yeah,
saw?
Shifted.
Right,
So
right on.
go look that up on YouTube, because that was good. There was another one too that it was real funky, and I think it was the one that one of the songs we heard you play at House of Independence just recently.
Cool.
Was it Hand?
Helping Hand.
Helping Hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the new single that we dropped a couple months back.
You use the term like trying to do, like what you're trying to do as a musician. Do you find that, like, I don't even know how to phrase it. Like, like you said, you're not even really at this point, right? Do you feel like you're not even trying to do anything? Like, it just comes out?
Yeah,
Right.
I think at this point, I think for many years I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, but now I've come into this place where I know what I want to do, and
So now it's like just flows?
it just flows and things happen naturally. And the cool thing is now I'm working with a producer called Michael Geegan. He's an amazing saxophone player, multi-instrumentalist. He's played with everyone from Justin Timberlake to Elton John, and he's just a local dude. And me and him have just been sitting down and writing together. And between that and just like me and him bouncing off each other, we've just come up with this, a bunch of really great songs that are starting to resonate.
Nice.
Now you grew up on the Jersey Shore, like basically the Asbury Park area. For
Yep.
For the people listening in London that wouldn't know if I said an Allenhurst kid.
I know Brucetown.
Yeah, they don't know where Bruce is from. Like you're at the age where we talk about on this podcast a lot, so our listeners will know like the ebb and flow of Asbury Park. So you kind of come up in your lifetime on kind of like the upswing of Asbury Park. Would you agree with that? Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely the upswing.
So,
of it. Yeah.
and you come from, an artistic family, if you will, right?
Yep.
Where does it? But nobody. Maybe I'm wrong, but nobody in the musical background. Like, where do your musical influences come from? Like, when did you pick up that guitar? Who led you there? Mom or dad? Like, your dad's a chef, right?
Yeah, well, my mom's a pastry chef, so they're creative as far as the culinary arts is concerned. And my brother makes movies. My uncle also makes movies, and a bunch of my family is artists, painters, and stuff. But no one really is a musician. I think it just my whole family is extreme music lovers, and my dad really turned me on to classic rock, and he also really turned me on to reggae music. He spent many months in Jamaica when he was a young lad, and it's definitely influenced me.
So when you're a kid growing up, and I assume they're cooking at your house, right?
Right.
I mean, if you were in my house or Derek's house on a Sunday, being the little paisans that we are, little meatballs, our moms were always making sauce.
Yep.
And there was always something on the radio. So I can only imagine a Sunday afternoon at the Mumford residence, you guys probably ate like kings, first of all. You either ate like kings or they never cooked for you. It was one or the other.
No, they were always cooking.
And there's
still,
cupcakes.
There's
cakes.
so many cupcakes. My house is the spot to be. All my
Yeah.
friends would come over when my parents weren't home, and they would just eat. They would invade my kitchen to eat all the pastries. And but my parents were great. They would cook these amazing dinners. My mom is super Italian, so same world.
So what was like mom's making sauce or gravy?
Sauce.
So when your mom's making sauce, I'm you got to ask every paisano that sits down. What does she have? Does she have music playing? I mean, is that part of the influence?
Yeah, there was always music playing. We always had music around in our speakers in our house, and every family trip that we took, which is often, we always went up to Vermont once every couple of months. And my dad would play Name That Tune with us, and we'd have to know all these songs, and so we just always had music on 24/7, and that eventually led to me learning how to play guitar.
Wish I did that, man. Because my whole family is musicians. Well, except my mom, but like my dad and that whole side, in bands and everything. Like I picked up a bass when I was younger, but that's you played a bass, right?
I did. I played
you slap at a bass.
Slap at a bass.
Now I just talking microphones
rhythm.
and cameras and shit. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the point of PBR podcast where Derek D's microphone gets muted and he continues to talk about himself for the next 35 minutes.
It's muted. I'm not going to talk. I was just
Derek loves
relating to Quincy over here,
I know,
saying that I wish I picked up the guitar because I want to shred.
Frank, what is the...
I guess I still could, but...
Frankie, the producer, everybody. Frankie, what is the hashtag in which we are going with today for Derek?
Derek gets a rose.
Hashtag Derek gets a rose. We're trying to get Derek on The Bachelor.
Oh,
I don't know.
Hashtag Derek gets a rose.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
this is the point where I admit that I watched that show.
Now,
A lot of people do. I'm not going to hate you for
do
it.
you watch The Bachelorette? No, I'm sorry. Do you watch The Bachelor in Paradise?
That's the best,
Dude.
That's the best over.
That'll
anything.
hook you right
I've
in,
never seen more ridiculous things going on. I blame my wife. Now she's
Don't
been
blame
obsessed
your
with it.
wife, dude. Don't blame your wife. It's the best show on television.
It's ridiculous.
It's okay to watch.
Yeah.
I live tweet it.
Really?
I go on Twitter when Bachelor in Paradise is on, and I cannot help myself.
When
I
does it-
have to say something. Go ahead.
When does it come back on?
Oh, not till next summer. It's a summer.
Well, yeah, it's
series.
a...
Summer
yeah.
show?
Yeah, because now we have to have we got to go through a Bachelor, which is going to be what's his name? I can't believe.
I don't know. I didn't watch it, but-
I'm so embarrassed. The kid, he talks like this, like he's got an overbite, and he's lost to the Bachelor twice, and then he was on Bachelor in
Oh
Paradise.
yeah. That what's his name? Nick.
Nick. Yeah. So, and now Nick with the overbite, he's going to be the new Bachelor.
Is that what he
pretty good.
sounds
That's
like?
pretty
He
good.
sounds
actually.
just like this. Why are you getting angry with me, guys?
I just don't know what he sounds like.
This is what he sounds
That's
like.
interesting. Wow. And they picked that guy? That's the guy?
Well, he's a good-looking kid, right? I mean, he's lost twice. He was the bad guy. Look, this is terrible, right? But he was the bad guy in the first two. Everybody hated him. Then on the first one, he comes back on the second one. He loses again, comes in second, and now everybody loves him. And then on Bachelor in Paradise, he was the sweetheart,
Right.
Because that other douche was on. What the hell was that idiot's name?
Which one?
The meathead that everybody like.
Oh, Chad? Is that Chad? No.
I did see
he's
one
another
episode.
Not
with
Chad.
that story.
Chad was brilliant.
I did see one episode. Well, maybe it was the Chad guy. It was like the guy
Dude.
that like he was always causing issues and like no
Oh,
one liked him.
Josh, right?
Yeah,
This is
Josh.
terrible that I know all of these names.
No, well, it's really not.
It's not because millions and millions of other people know the
The
same
whole
thing.
Chad thing. Well, did you watch, Frank?
No.
Oh my God, the only woman at the table
I
and she didn't
Netflix
watch.
it?
Well, no, I didn't watch it either.
I,
But
you guys talk about it so much. You
He
almost
to-
have
Mike
got
talks to
me
Mike Polano.
wanting to go
Listen,
back and
go
watch
on. Go on demand, and I believe you'll be able to get. You'll definitely
Yeah,
be able
you
to get
probably
it.
can get it.
And you should definitely watch it. Towards
just-
the end. I'm sorry.
Or just YouTube Chad clips. I mean, that's
Okay, that I'll
get you
do.
going.
Chad, and then the girl who cries
That
all
I
the
have
time.
time for.
Oh, yeah.
I forget her name, but she cried. The,
I think I've seen some clips of a girl crying all the time.
Oh, all the time.
To everything.
I one thing I did watch one episode because Howard Stern was talking about it because he's obsessed with it, and the girl on it, he was kept remarking about her vocal fry.
oh, I hate
Like
that.
she
had
talks and
guttural
then she
drawl.
goes like that.
Yeah, guttural drawl.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for him.
That became like
and
a thing.
And like once I started paying attention, I'm like, oh, it's driving me up a wall. Like I
What's
cannot
it called?
date someone. It's called vocal fry.
Is it called vocal fry or
F-R-Y?
guttural draw?
You could probably call it either
Sydney
a real
Lesperance,
cha-ching.
our fact checkers,
You could
fact
probably
check
call
that.
it either one. I mean, it doesn't matter.
By the way, Sydney's fired. Like one more shirtless picture of Derek comes across my Twitter feed, and she's
She
fired.
posted that. I didn't do that.
You must have put it up somewhere though. You've created that. You got
She
naked
went
in
and
front
got
of a
it.
camera
I didn't get naked in front of a
and then
camera.
put that on the
It
interweb.
was a photo shoot, ass face.
Sydney, he needs
Anyway,
no
the
encouragement.
irony in that- the
I
irony
happen
in
to
that
agree
comment.
with Michael on that.
Anyway, back to Quincy over here. Do you feel you're like an old soul? I feel like you are. A little bit.
I don't know. I think that's for more, other people to kind of pick up on me.
I think I say that because you got married young, man.
I did. Yeah.
Is this like a high school sweetheart kind of thing?
No,
or
not at
college?
all, actually. My wife is from Sweden. Like not
Nice.
like her parents were born there. Like my wife is from Sweden. She was an au pair, and actually right after when I got out of high school, the following fall, she was an au pair and
Around here?
Yeah, in Middletown, I believe. And a friend of a friend. I was actually interested in her other au pair friend, who I didn't know about my wife yet. And we invited them to come to see us at a concert on like a rainy Tuesday, and there was nobody in the room. This is a bunch of years ago now, and she was just one of a couple people in the room, and we hit it off and did the long distance thing. She ended up going back to Sweden,
Like long distance from Sweden to here?
From Sweden, yeah,
Damn.
6 hour time difference.
Whoa.
And it was crazy. We didn't know what we were doing, but ended up working out. And years later, we went through a whole crazy immigration process, and we've been married for almost 4 years now. Together, actually 6 years today.
Married.
No, together 6 years today. We're gonna be married 4 years.
You were
in November.
married when you
Wow,
were
man.
21? 20, 21?
actually.
Wow.
You couldn't even drink at your own wedding.
No, I couldn't actually.
Wow. Dude, that is,
Yep.
I mean, I guess when you know, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many songs have you written about her?
Oh my gosh. Over a dozen at least.
Does she have an accent?
Actually, you would never know. That's
really?
crazy. She speaks like perfect English, and it's funny. People meet her, and she eventually tells them she's from Sweden. When she drinks a little bit, it comes out
Yeah.
for sure.
When
Do you
you-
speak Swedish at all?
Very little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you go home tonight and you tell her that you actually sat down with Donald Trump, is she going to be mad about it? Don, what do you think about the Swedes?
Well, I got to tell you, this guy across from me, Quincy Sanford and Son, whatever it is. Listen, this guy, what is he? He's got like rings on. It's crazy. I don't even know what's going on. I'm gonna pull a wall in front of him, right in front of him.
Is she gonna be mad about that? She can't be a Trump fan, right?
She's definitely not. I mean, they come from a very socialist country. So,
Yeah.
So no, she's very far from a Trump fan.
Well, this guy, I mean, his hair. Okay, my hair's the best. Okay, my hair's fantastic.
You're an Oompa Loompa, Don.
Okay,
That's
listen,
pretty good. You guys are good at impressions.
I'm pretty tan. Who? What are you talking about? Impression? No, I'm the real Trump. My boy.
Hey, Don, this is Nick from Bachelor Paradise.
Hey, Nick, I got to tell you something. You're an idiot. Okay, first off, Mike,
Yeah.
you're an idiot.
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, wait, am I Nick or me or Nick?
Both of you guys. Okay, everyone's an idiot except Trump. Okay, Trump, smart.
Frankie.
Everyone else, idiots. It's gonna be huge.
That's
I'm
what we
gonna
have
be
to deal
president.
with. We got to deal with this. Sweden.
I think your rings are cool. Trump doesn't.
Thanks.
Trump's a
thanks.
I think Sweden is Sweden the country. You're not going to know the answer to this, so I'm just going to pretend like I'm right here, which is pretty
she
much
blonde?
what I do all the time.
She is blonde.
They have
Yeah.
an amazing. They have an amazing population control on dogs and cats.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't
correct.
know
True or
that.
false? Come on,
He
Quincy.
just said he doesn't know.
True.
I think it's them. They have a
Fact check.
huge tax. Yeah, Sydney Lesperance,
Cha-ching.
our fact checker, fact check that. They have a huge tax on purebred and or designer dogs. Huge tax. Don, huge.
Oh, the taxes are gigantic.
So they people go out and they want a dog. You go to the pound, you get a dog, you get a mutt because you pay thousands of dollars to get a designer dog, and they spay and neuter everybody. So why can't we do that here? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the moon?
The moon.
Yeah.
Did you see that commercial? I was talking to you the other day.
What? Yes, I
There's
did.
a Pizza
Yeah.
Hut commercial.
I saw that,
And I was like-
they must listen to our show.
They must.
Is the moon real?
Yeah, I believe so.
You do?
According to science, yes.
Whose science?
My school books that I
Well,
read.
listen. I'm not buying that.
The moon's real. He's just.
He's an idiot.
There's
Okay,
like a bunch
you know.
of planets that have moons, right? Is that those are all
Yeah,
fake
yeah.
too?
Those
those are real. It's just ours is fake.
That's what I said.
Well, yeah, yes. Wait till. Oh well, this will actually come out after Monday's episode. So Monday's episode is actually entitled Moon.
Moon. Right.
So I have this thing about the moon, man. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
believe it.
that's-
Come
I
on,
mean,
can we talk about it a little further?
No, it was like 2 episodes ago. Quincy, you have like a great that's not a stage name. That's your real name, right?
That's my name. Yep.
Which is a great name for the entertainment business, I think. Quincy
Yeah,
Mumford.
Thanks,
It's like
thanks
solid.
my parents for them. For that
Yeah,
right there.
That's pretty solid, man. And I know you probably have gotten asked this a gazillion times, but like when you were on The Voice, right? Was there any what did people say like, oh man, maybe you should have done this, you should have done this song, there's that song? Like what were you feeling when you were done with that? Were you like, oh, maybe I should have? Because seeing you live, like, there's no doubt. I think if you went back on that show right now, you're getting 2 chairs turned around, guaranteed. Like even if you did an original, I
Yeah.
think. But like, what do you I mean, I'm sure you talked about it a million times, but for our fans,
Yeah, totally. It's you know what? It was an unbelievable experience. I mean,
Sure.
I met so many amazing people out there. I'm so glad I did it, and I would definitely do it again. The thing about The Voice is I'm really great at making songs my own or creating my own songs. You are not allowed to do any original music there.
Oh, you're not.
No,
Oh, you can't?
No, not whatsoever. Something like America's Got Talent, I think you can do stuff like that.
Well, maybe that's what I'm
But they
thinking
even
of.
don't like recommend that you do stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, so and here's another thing is whatever cover song you do, you don't get to choose that. They choose that for you.
So someone chose the song you did.
Yes.
oh really?
Yeah.
Boom, there it is, folks.
Yeah. I mean, it comes from
What
like
was the song?
Dancing Machine Jackson 5.
Right.
They don't get. They like listen to you and they go, okay, we know everything. This song's
Yeah, they
perfect
just-
for you. That's kind
It's
of
like,
like, what
a
they,
bunch of auditions and you try different songs and then they give you a list of songs and you get to pick from like which ones you would want to do and which songs they think are good for you. And ultimately they make the decision and you can try an argument and make, an argument or whatever. But ultimately they choose it for you.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I
Let's
didn't
break
know
this
that.
down. That's not the song you wanted to sing. You never sang a Michael Jackson song. Come on.
I did. I have.
but probably not that one.
And no,
That is
that's
a-
actually not true. I have done that song, and that's the thing. Is what happens is on the first audition, I went in there and I thought that they wanted new stuff, right? So I think I didn't even did an original song. I did some other cover that I thought they wanted to hear. And then they said, okay, one more. And I'm like, well, I was just trying to think, okay, new age, well, I can do a Jason Mraz song. They're like, nah, what else? And like, for some reason, in the top of my head, I covered a Jackson 5 song 2 years ago. And I was like, I can do Jackson 5. Like, it just came into my head.
Which song? Which song?
It was Dancing Machine.
Oh, okay.
But I did like this slow, like cool acoustic version, like totally not even close to the original.
Yeah.
And I did that, and they fell in love with that. And then later on, they picked that song, and I'm like, all right, cool. And then I went in and rehearsed it with these guys, and then they did it more like the original, and it just wasn't. It wasn't those things. And I had sang that song great, but it was just like not at that time the right fit. And I really wish that I thought about something else that I could have done better and tried to
Yeah.
argue the fact.
So do you go back on the show?
Yeah, that's what I was
Because a
gonna-
lot of people have gone back. Like
Yeah, I can. I'd have to, audition again or send.
Would
some
you
emails
would you
out.
have to go through that whole process? Probably not. I mean,
I don't know. I know some people. Actually, a couple of my buddies got called right back. Actually, my best friend was mic'd up, ready to go. He's ready to go out on stage, and they knocked on him and was like, actually, the last person just got the last spot, so you have to go home.
Oh, he was on deck.
He was on deck and didn't get to go out, so they called him back, and he went back and did it. So stuff like that kind of happens.
I always say when you audition for that show, you want to audition in the beginning because they're trigger happy, and then once they start building the roster, it's like this guy or girl may have a great voice, but I already kind of have something that sounds like that, so I want to wait for something.
So
you really want to go on in the beginning. I saw your episode. I don't really watch the show, but I did see your episode.
It's funny how
I'm not sure when you audition.
they move it around. So it's not when the day that you actually audition is not what they're showing. Maybe this is like details I shouldn't be giving out, but whatever.
No, it's just like any of those other like you just have to be in the same clothes and stuff and like right.
Yeah. So I was actually the third person to go for the entire season. The third person. The first person didn't get a chair turned. The second person was who went right before me was incredible, ridiculous, New Orleans power voice. And then I went on and I heard her audition. I knew she had a couple chairs turned, and I got super nervous right before I went on stage.
Oh man!
And that was it. You know what? I never get nervous when I go on stage. But
This is a different scenario, man.
Their backs are turned to you, and it's pitch black, and it's quiet, and it's like this is not my comfort zone. This is not what I'm used to doing.
Yeah.
I'm used to getting on a stage and people that are stoked to be there and stoked to see and are facing me forward and
Yeah.
Are they dark? Can you even see them, or are they darked out before they turn around?
You see the
I
chairs.
mean, they're there, right?
You see the chairs for sure, and their names are on the back of the chair.
And who? Which ones were there? It was obviously Pharrell.
Yep.
With Adam Levine.
And it was
Who was because sometimes the girl switches. What time?
Shakira or
No, it was
Oh, Gwen.
Christina.
It was Gwen?
No, it was Christina.
Oh, was it?
I wish Gwen was there.
Oh, Christina have no hair.
Yeah.
And Blake.
Blake Shelton. Huge human being, right?
Yeah.
Large dude,
7 foot tall.
So you get to meet them, I guess, all through the process at all, or just what your conversation that you had on stage?
Just on stage, I shook their hands. They're super cool. Pharrell was super cool to me, and I saw some backing clips from him, and he was saying, "Oh, I like this guy or whatever," but it just wasn't enough to turn. But you could tell in my voice, I was nervous, and that was not my comfort zone.
Yeah, I remember watching it, man, and I've seen you a million times, and you could tell a little bit that you're a little bit. It wasn't your A game. What we're all used to seeing it, and like you said, sometimes you get put into a spot, and things change. You're just
But I'm sure you took a lot of stuff from that. You get put in that position
makes you
again.
stronger, right?
Now
I
you
mean,
know about
totally.
it, and how to counteract what you felt like. Absolutely, man.
Totally.
But that'd be interesting to see if you went. Would you go back?
I would. I think so.
Yeah.
I actually auditioned for another show called American Supergroup, and it's a new show that's coming out, and they're trying to make it like the new American Idol, but as far as bands go. So they pick different musicians, and they group them together. And when I did an audition for that in Nashville, it went really well. They called me back. They wanted me to be a part of the show, and they called me, I think, 2 weeks ago and said, "Can you come down to Nashville?" And I actually decided to turn it down.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. It's just not the right time for me. I'm working on a new record right now, and I'm really focused
Good
on
for you
it.
to be able to say that, man.
Yeah, but they were bummed, which was flattering to me, and they were like, season 2, they signed on for 2 seasons, I think, with ABC or NBC, one of those networks, and they said, if you want to come back and you got a spot here, you don't even need to audition. So
That's great.
That's great, man.
Oh, well,
It's a ballsy move though, but when you know it's not the right time, it's not the right time.
And the fact
You know
that
what I
they
mean?
said that to you, like, yeah, come back next year, we'd love to have you, or so that you're on the radar. It's not like, oh, this jerk just denied us, so no. But they actually kept it open ended. That's cool.
yeah,
Nice.
for sure.
I agree. It's great. I mean, this guy's music is great. His style, mine's a little better, but music's good.
Are you going to win the election?
Should we play a clip or something?
We'll cue one up, Don. All right, you know that music. It's time for a little top or bottom. I'm going to read you 2 terms. You're going to tell me if these 2 things were in a relationship, which one will be on the top, which one will be on the bottom, and we're going to round table it. Frankie, you playing?
No, I'm busy right now.
Did you write one in?
Not yet. Do you have one?
I don't.
Okay, I'll write
I
it.
was just asking.
All right, top or bottom number 1, Quincy Jones or John Quincy Adams?
Quincy Jones on top.
Yeah, right?
Right? Is he out of
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
That'd be so funny if he was like, oh, John Quincy Adams.
Quincy Jones. It's the boss man.
Is it my turn?
I
Or?
mean,
Well,
for
she's not-
president. I'm not playing, but
Oh.
Why would it be so bad to have a president on top?
Well, I don't want to go out of turn, but it's clearly John Quincy Adams.
It is?
Right?
On top?
Was he the
Has to
fourth
be.
president? George Washington,
I
Thomas
mean,
Jefferson, James Madison.
yeah,
Second,
sure.
second
No, it's
president.
John Quincy
no,
Adams,
no,
fifth.
right. That was
Sixth.
John Adams.
Wait,
Sixth.
you could say all the presidents?
I used to be able to. I can't go all
You
the
get the
way.
5 now?
No, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson.
John
No,
Adams.
George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, Martin Van Buren, William Henry Harrison, and then
Wow. I mean, that's
impressive right
impressive
there,
in
yeah.
itself.
I always get confused
Yo,
when it gets around
America.
Zachary Taylor. It's like, when the hell was he president?
John Quincy Adams was the one who got shot over peanut butter and milk, right? No, that was Raymond Burr. Totally different. Sorry. I'll edit that.
But yeah,
part out.
Quincy Jones on top for me, I guess.
Why? Because he's a singer?
Well,
Yeah,
he's
an
more than
artist.
just a singer.
He's
more
an
than a singer,
icon.
He was an incredible music producer.
Yeah.
But without John Quincy Adams, arguably Quincy Jones never produces an album. Right?
I mean, the
What did-
ripple effect of life, I guess, in that sense, yeah, for sure.
Seriously.
There's a way to connect those dots, I'm sure, but not in particular.
I mean, think about all the things that would be different if the moon wasn't there.
Back on this damn moon.
I'm
thing.
serious. Like, think about that.
Tides be all messed up.
Way messed up.
We wouldn't have waves.
Quincy Mumford.
Maybe we'd have a lot of waves.
He never would have written Blue Moon.
Who?
Not Quincy Mumford. Quincy Jones.
Yeah, I was like,
I was like, I'm trying to think. Like,
wow.
right now.
He
that
never
right?
would have
Something
written
called
Blue
Blue Moon. Very true.
Well, I don't even know if he wrote it. I'm just throwing it out.
yeah, I was like, did he?
I don't know.
Like
Sidney
blue
Lesperance.
moon as you standing. That's all.
I'm putting Sydney to work. Yes. Blue moon, blue moon. Are we gonna sing again?
I don't know all the words. So.
Top or bottom number 2. Black Lives Matter.
Oh, jeez.
Or All Lives Matter. I would have written Derek's Life Matters there, but you didn't. So we'll go with Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter. This show just got real. Thanks a lot, Frank.
So in depth.
Is this on me? This is my question?
It's all. We always start with you, our guest.
All right. I want to say all lives matter. Yeah. I think everyone's lives matter. Black, white, whatever color, race you are. I think everyone deserves to be mattered.
Be mattered.
Be mattered.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I'm with Quincy over there.
Yeah, man. I don't like the term Black Lives. I almost said I don't like Black Lives. No, but all lives matter, right? Like it doesn't matter.
Did you see?
I feel like that whole thing is creating more racism,
Yeah, absolutely.
racial tension.
Yeah, I
right?
think so
Absolutely.
too.
Have you guys noticed that, like, since we've had our first black president, we've gone backwards in racial tensions?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
It's like-
people are throwing, they pull the race card. And I think in order to stop racism in general, we need to stop saying black or white.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Any of that stuff.
Like,
We're just people. We're people.
Yeah, and I've said it before. Like, I went to Neptune High School, it was a prominently black school. I was on the football team with only a couple other white people. It didn't exist. Like, social media has created this kind of like.
Is it
thing where
social media? You're blaming social media?
Not blaming it, but people can sound off and everyone chimes in and blah 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 blah.
Could be the media in general.
But it's like-
Fourth branch of the government.
Yeah, it's saying, yeah, good call. But that's the thing. I don't remember in high school. If it was, we were cracking jokes about it. Like, oh, you're white, you wouldn't understand. I would say, like, oh, you're black, you don't understand. And haha, we laugh and we go on with our better business.
Yeah, I
No one
remember
was-
distinctly, like NWA and F the Police and all that. Like that was clearly like a rise up against what was going on at that time, which is kind of like the Black Lives Matter movement. But I feel like that, I don't know, I thought that kind of went away and Ice Cube started doing comedies. You know,
Barbershop.
Right? But now, you know what I mean? Is he going to start going back and being a thug? Like, I don't get it. Like, it got worse again.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
I mean, history is repeating itself.
Did you see-
all
It
lives
is.
matter?
It is.
all lives matter. I agree. But did you see in the Chicago game a dude in a gorilla costume? Like, I think it said Harambe on the front, and on the back it said all lives matter. He like ran on the field during the game, and then he got tackled by security.
Yeah.
But it was pretty funny.
Top or bottom number 3, booking a new city or hometown venues.
Ooh, that's a really good one. I'm gonna show love to my people. I'm gonna say hometown.
Oh, right on. You
Yeah.
see, she got all proud over there because she wrote a good. You said she wrote a good one.
It's just nice to be complimented once in a while on this show. It never really happens.
Muted.
That's not true, Frank. I always.
You're right.
Yeah.
Unmute.
Both muted. All right, let's go with these pleasantries. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should apologize. hometown venues. I think I got to go with too. I mean, booking something new is great, but I think hometown venues and you get it's like playing a home game. It's like you're feeling the love a lot more than randos.
Yeah. Randos?
Well, I guess if they're coming out to your show in a different city, they're coming to see you. But yeah, I'm still going hometown just because that's more, warm.
Yeah, I dig it. Hometown. I'll go with hometown venue.
Yeah.
I don't have a number 4. Top or bottom number 4. My gut is Gwen Stefani. Man or woman?
What?
Rephrase that question.
Yeah, that one's dumb. Forget about that. How about top or bottom?
Didn't everybody think she was
she's
a man?
babe. What are you talking about?
Are you sure?
Gwen Stefani?
Hermaphrodite?
She's a babe. What are you talking
No,
about?
I think that was
maybe
Lady Gaga. People thought that.
She's a babe too.
Maybe had both parts.
No, she has
Parents
a
had to
vag.
make a decision, right?
I don't know.
Like the swimmer that just won all those medals in the Olympics.
Who?
For USA.
Is her hermaphrodite
Ledecky.
too?
Ledecky.
The one who swims like 10 minutes faster than anybody else.
Yeah, because she had a penis when she was born as well as a vagina.
What? I never heard that. For real?
I want everybody out
Therefore,
there.
she has the advantage.
Yeah, because she's really a dude,
Okay.
right? So she did. She finished like
Literally 11 seconds, which is like a mile.
in the picture.
race.
When she finished, there's nobody else in the frame.
It's literally
of
a mile.
of the camera.
It's literally like a runner beating someone by a mile. That's like they said what the difference is.
Just for the shits and giggles, you people listening out there on whatever device you're listening to, Google Katie Ledecky hermaphrodite. See what
I
comes
didn't
up.
know that. I had no clue, but whatever.
60%.
But what about how about we do like top or bottom, The Voice, like audition for The Voice again, or
The other show,
the
that
Nashville show?
Yeah, you had to
Season
choose.
2.
You had to choose one.
Ooh. I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna say Nashville. Yeah.
All right. You kind of already been on the other one. You haven't been on the Nashville one yet.
Yeah, and here's the thing when I think about The Voice, it was a great opportunity and it's an incredible experience and artists do great things after that, but you really haven't seen too many breakout artists when you think of The Voice. Think about who's out there and think, oh
Not
wow, think
one,
about that
man.
star. You got to think about American Idol. There's been tons of them. One of my really good friends, Trent, he just won American Idol. Actually, he was on the same season with me and The Voice. Got no chairs turned either. Same day as me. No chairs turned. He
And
won
won American Idol.
Wait, the dude who
American
won,
Idol.
what was his name again?
Trent Harmon.
Oh, what was the dude who won before him? What was the one?
Ruben Studders.
Stars. That's you.
Phil Phillips or something. Maybe that was a couple ago.
No, there was I know this girl, and it was her ex-boyfriend who won American Idol. I'm wondering if it's that guy.
Ruben Studders, by the way, did win American Idol, but it was like season 2 or 3.
Yeah, but that. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you. So when you first auditioned for The Voice, did you audition in New York and then they shipped you out?
Yep. I did an
Okay, that's what I
audition in New
figured,
York,
yeah.
and then I did an executive audition in LA, and then that was it. And then I started going out there, and I was out there for like a month, like training and doing all different kinds of stuff.
For not just The Voice, for multiple stuff.
No, for The Voice, we got locked in a hotel.
Oh, really?
With a bunch of 100 other contestants, and we literally had like one thing a day, like a vocal lesson or wardrobe or whatever. Picking out things, working on the songs, and the rest of the day we literally just chilled by the pool or walked around Ventura Boulevard
Can't beat it.
for an entire month.
That's awesome.
And then they
man.
paid us to do that, so that was great. Too.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great audition right there.
It was a great. It
It was
was
a long
worth
audition.
it. Right.
We don't have to answer that one, right?
Which one?
Number 4.
Voice or Nashville show?
Man.
Oh, yeah,
she
we
was
know,
a
yeah.
man. She was a man.
Yeah.
That's my answer. Man on top. Gwen,
Next.
Gwen Stefani?
Next question. A hot babe. Still got it.
Top or bottom number 5, songwriting or performing?
I'm gonna go with songwriting. Yeah, performing is incredible and it's a great thing, but without the songs, you got nothing.
It's true.
It's true. Well, I don't really write songs unless they're a parody of something. But
But writing comedy to performing it. Like whatever
Oh,
it is
okay.
you do, put it in your relative to you.
yeah, but the performing part is so much fun.
Yeah, Derek loves Derek. It's definitely performing for you. I'll answer for you.
Yeah, but I gotta write it too. But I get that process is awesome. You're like, oh, that is gonna hit. Like I know that's gonna be funny, or it's not gonna be funny.
We'll find out November 12th, House Independence.
That's right.
Derek D's comedy one-man show,
Yeah.
multimedia extravaganza.
Yeah, not necessarily
Hashtag
extravaganza.
Derek gets a roast.
Hashtag Derek gets a roast.
Hashtag Derek D comedy.
I'll say songwriting on top because correct me if I'm wrong, but if you write the lyrics, you're the one who owns the song,
Yeah.
right? Jimmy Page, could write all those amazing riffs, but if he didn't write the words to those songs,
You ever get approached to? Have you ever written other songs for people? Like maybe like mainstream artists. Ever?
Yeah, no one big, but I've done a lot of collaborations, and I've written songs that I haven't taken for my own. I've written songs for other people, and they kind of take them and do whatever they want to do with them. I've done that a bunch of times.
You ever write a song and you're like, I really want that for me, but here you go, man. This is
Well,
yours.
you know what? If I did write it, I can do whatever I want to do with it too, because I had some part in it. So if I want to do it and record it and have crazy sounds on it, and that's totally different, I'm allowed to do that, because I'm a writer on that song.
Yeah,
That
we
makes
should
all
play.
the
We should play a
difference.
little sample for
we definitely will.
for the folks.
Before we do that, we put a little question of the week out on the Twitterverse, and I just want to
Oh, nice.
run through that real quick.
do it.
Question of the week was, if you could have one person, any human, be president of these United States, who would it be? Mr. Mumford.
Whoa.
Anybody.
Anybody,
Human being.
human being,
Or Wookiee.
or Wookiee.
Harambe.
Chewbacca got taken down by a bunch of cops the other day. and
Was that for real?
and I don't know, but they beat the shit out of him.
But was that real or fake? 'Cause I
don't
saw
know,
that.
But if, you don't take down Chewbacca.
Well, I mean, if he's being a dick,
It's not like he's in a scary clown outfit.
dude, what's going on with
I
that
don't
too?
know.
That's the
Clowns
whole
are
thing.
scary.
All right, we gave him some time.
All right. we
could do more.
I like that. That's a really difficult question off the top of my head. The person I can think of, who I respect as a human being, as an actor, as a hard worker, would have to be someone like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd vote for him.
I'd
To
vote
be
for him.
president?
You know?
God, do you know what he would just
He'd be like another Ronald Reagan.
He would defile
He's
the
an actor.
Oval Office. He just would.
Yeah, like why don't we get
He'd
a
be
single?
more like a John F. Kennedy.
Why
not
don't we get a
Ronald
single
Reagan. Why
president?
Ronald Reagan? Oh, because
you
he's an actor.
You don't have to have a wife.
No, no.
Like go be a president.
Which is a good point. Like if Hillary becomes president, what is Bill?
Ooh, the first man.
first husband, I think, or something like that.
Right?
First man.
Well,
But like, what if you're just a single president and be like, yeah, this is the first dater this week, and then I got
It's not like you could be on
first chick.
Tinder.
is that a requirement? You have to have a
I don't know.
spouse?
No,
to
I
be
don't
a
believe it
president?
is. But I think like the religious right and
I mean, it counts in the voting. People like,
yeah,
oh,
like,
he's
oh,
married,
he's a good
right?
man, married with children. You know how many presidents were married and didn't have kids? I bet none.
Yeah.
Well, a ton of them were banging other broads during their presidency, even if they were married. But
I'm sure.
you
But
know.
I'll tell you what Leonardo would do to that. To
Oval Office?
To that Oval Office, man. It would be called the White House for a different reason. Here comes an edit.
No, that was a clean. That was a clean.
That was
joke.
clean. It was. It wasn't even blue. That wouldn't be considered blue, right?
No, it depends. A little kid would listen to that and not know what you meant.
Somebody on Twitter, I'm not going to say who, answered this question. I bet at Derek D says Derek D because you guessed it. Hashtag Derek loves Derek.
Well, they're an idiot.
I wrote that.
Oh, you wrote that? Yeah.
I did.
You're an idiot. See, that's what I'm saying.
We got another one on here. Dwayne The Rock Johnson
Oh, you weighed
for
in.
president.
Oh.
No, for president. Oh. He didn't know.
If you smell me for president.
That you know who The Rock is.
Yeah,
obviously,
that would
right?
just be like one giant terrible movie of life.
Would it though? Or just think about like his inauguration.
That'd be pretty
When
awesome.
he's done, he's all serious. His hand on the Bible, he gets sworn in, and then at the end,
If you smell what your president is cooking.
That would
well,
be
think about it. That kind of happened with Schwarzenegger being the governor. Like we had the Terminator become a governor of one of the most popular states in our country.
that's true. Did you ever meet Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Not.
Well,
no.
you're gonna meet him right now.
Now you pronounce my name wrong.
Schwarzenegger.
You said like the N word. Now you're crazy.
All lives matter, Arnold.
Every life.
Arnold, if you could have one person be president right now, who would it be?
It would be pizza.
Pete,
And I'm in the middle of the bullet.
Person, Arnold. Person, human.
My maid.
You mean your son's mother,
Yes.
right?
Oh, absolutely.
Get
Yes,
through the
you're
chopper.
crazy.
Just say your
Get
famous
to the
line.
chopper.
Thank you.
No.
This she literally.
Do I get to answer this? Do we get to answer this?
I mean, you could get on Twitter right now and answer it before I'm done. She said, "You got the juices flowing. someone like Morgan Freeman, and just not Trump. This is Morgan Freeman.
You know why I want president? Jimmy Fallon.
Ooh.
I'm voting for Jimmy Fallon.
Or no, maybe this would be terrible, or maybe great. Bill Maher.
Bill Maher?
You don't
Now,
like
if you-
Bill Maher.
I don't know,
Either you love him or you hate him.
I thought you were going to say Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Yes.
I would vote for Bill Murray.
I'd vote for Bill Murray.
Yeah, I'm
Absolutely.
I'm second that.
Bill Maher, man, I like his show, and I like how he's aggressive, but I don't agree.
I
with
like some of his
everything he
points,
says,
but I definitely don't agree with everything.
I do agree with. All joking aside, I think someone who's not a politician, which is why Trump was so attractive before he started to talk so much.
We went AWOL.
But now,
What do you mean? I'm great. Okay.
Don, you're an S. You're an orange.
Have you seen my
S.
makeup? It's fantastic. Okay. My eyes are like white.
I've moved from like trying to. I don't think Hillary Clinton should run our country, but I've moved away from.
I
Donald
agree with
Trump.
that, by the way.
Either of them should.
Well, and I've moved away from supporting Donald Trump, and I've decided that I have to put all of my energy into trying to educate America that it's not a two-party system, and that people like Gary Johnson and Jill Stein are viable candidates. And Gary Johnson is
Libertarian.
he has like 9 to 12% of the vote right now. So, but they're not letting him debate, man. They're not the media, not the government.
Yeah.
The media. You said it before. The government runs the media.
Yep.
They're not letting him get on that stage, and I feel like if you let him take everything that he stands for out of the equation, if you just put a normal human being on stage with these two ass clowns,
That's what I say.
right? I think America would go, what? I have a third, and their heads would explode.
Yeah.
Right? And shit would change. I feel like he could win. But he put up an sorry, let me
No,
just
that's
get
good.
this thought
Yeah,
out. He put up an interesting interesting graphic. Like, you need a certain amount of the electoral college to be considered president. Right. If he wins like 2 more states, say he wins 2 states in the presidential election, neither and it's the right 2 states, neither of them could become president. And then it goes to the House to make the decision. We could literally, just by him running and winning a couple states, we could end up with the people not even electing the president, and they can be like, this could be a good thing. They could say, these 2 people are ass clowns. We're gonna put the Speaker of the House.
Is that a possibility?
It's a possibility.
It should be like a
So
do-over.
then why didn't someone like Bernie do that? I mean, you guys may not be Bernie fans, but
Because
he
he-
had a huge following.
He's a
Had
Democrat. He's a Democrat, and he is such a good.
Oh,
I
okay,
like
so
Bernie.
he's running as a Democrat.
He was
And
trying to, yeah.
He
needed-
Gotcha.
He lost in the primaries to Hillary, and he graciously and the Electoral College came into play there as well, where if he got a couple more of the votes, it would have been a contested House, which means that, you know what, I don't even know what it means, but what it means is
I don't know exactly what it means either, but it's the same thing. He's a party player, which means he understood that if they divided, then that's a win for Trump, no matter what. If you
Right.
split your party,
Right.
it's a win for Trump. And that's why people are also saying that votes for Gary Johnson, the people that are tempted to vote for Gary Johnson are Democrats. It's not Republicans. So you're actually, by voting for Gary Johnson, you're actually voting for Trump, which is risky. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have to know that. And it's true, when you hear people talking that are supporting Gary Johnson, they are people that you have traditionally known who have perhaps in the past supported a Democrat or switched sides, but it's not your staunch Republicans that are willing to take that risk.
Yeah.
Which brings back to the whole thing, I think what you were getting at before was that a non-politician was attractive early on before Trump started talking, because the machine is the problem.
the machine's the problem.
Yeah.
The machine is the problem.
And
but,
education.
Well, the system
but
is
the
wrong.
machine exists.
Yeah.
That needs to change.
And Bernie knows, though, that the machine exists, and it's not. No one has blown it up like
That's
the moon.
a tough machine to break.
So because it exists, you have to play by the rules of the machine, which is why he, graciously kind
We got to
of,
change the machine.
And a vote for Gary Johnson is a vote for change. I always thought a vote for Donald was a vote for change because he was a non-politician and it would stir the pot.
He's still a non-politician, but he's just like, dude, why are you saying that? Like,
Yeah, it's terrible.
you're
But he's-
almost like, what did he just say? Like,
You need-
why would he say
well,
that?
that's happening now with Gary Johnson, though. Unfortunately, there's been a couple of videos,
No,
and I don't know if you think they're
Stop
all
right now.
it's all
Let me
propaganda
clarify.
and
Totally
all
different.
Of it.
Totally different. You're throwing terms like Aleppo at him, which nobody at this table probably even knows what that means, and I had no idea what it was. Does anybody know? Anyone?
No.
Anyone?
Aleppo?
But none of-
Aleppo? Right. Nobody knows what that is, and I guarantee you,
None of us are running for president.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's not what makes a
No,
good
that
leader. That you
does
know about a small town in wherever that's having a crisis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like they're trying to make him.
Yeah,
look
sure. I
bad.
just
Has
said it's
nothing to do
absolutely
with
could
running
be
the country.
propaganda and all of that, but I just feel like there are a few things that, you're running for president. None of us are running for president, but foreign
if
policy and our role in that, sure, I want the leader to know.
And they
how
would, and
to-
they would, and don't think for 1 second that the president makes any decisions on his own anyway, right? I mean,
Well, I don't
Yeah.
I don't agree with that completely, but I do believe you're voting for a team.
If there's
and
an
the
issue,
best team.
if there's an issue in Aleppo, right, and Gary Johnson's president, you know what he does? He goes into a room with all of his advisors that are experts on the situation, and they advise him on what to do. He does not need to know what Aleppo.
And someone told, like, if it was Obama, someone would tell him, "Hey, we got this issue in Aleppo."
right?
You know?
Yeah, and his
Like,
first thing is
he wouldn't
goes,
just know
"What's
about it,
Aleppo?"
and I would understand if he didn't just know.
Everyone
about
that's listening to this, what is it? It's like 30% of our audience is in Britain, right?
Yeah.
None of them know what Aleppo is, and they're all Googling it right now for the first time.
But none of them are running for president of our country. I mean, I get it.
You
I
expect the
get
president
what
to
you're
know?
saying.
He's got to be all knowing?
What I'm saying is we have a history of incredibly intelligent presidents. We do. For
Not
the
this
most
year.
part, every year, not every single one. There are some that you have questioned their intelligence,
Sure.
like George W. Bush. But other than him, most of them are incredibly high educated people who know this type of stuff far better than the laymen that are sitting around this table. We agreed. I don't know this
Yeah, we don't
stuff,
even know how
but
the
I'm
electoral
not
college
running,
works. I mean, we've established that already in this episode.
No, I know how that works. They get each state gets a certain number of votes. Based
Nobody cares.
it. Certain number
That's
of
something that's outdated too. That should be kicked to the can.
The mute
I
button?
mean,
Yeah,
no,
that was-
no. That I mean, there's a reason why that's there.
Right.
But the electoral college. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it should just be based on population, right? Just be on people's votes.
Yes,
Should.
It's
Right. I
bullshit.
mean, it doesn't make any sense.
right? You could win
It's
the
outdated.
popular vote and lose the election.
Yeah, which has happened, right?
Yeah.
which is weird.
I'll leave you with this
It has,
before
Al Gore.
Al Gore, right?
Yeah. That's right.
I don't know what I'm doing over there. I'll leave you with this: the last third-party candidate to win the presidency. Anyone?
I've
Anyone?
No.
Abraham Lincoln.
Really?
Really? Just putting it out there, everybody.
What party?
Republican.
Oh yeah, that's when it was formed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
What
Gary,
were the other two?
I have no idea. Democrats was one.
Federal.
Actually,
It was like
Republican
the
Democrats.
they were
it
one
was like
party. so
one thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe that was the year it split. I don't know. Enough with the politics. Let's get to the real serious shit. The game. You ready to play the game? Derek, we're going to play Ask the.
Ask the.
We haven't played Ask the in a little while.
No, we haven't.
Let me just describe to the listeners and to Quincy, who's looking perplexed. Frankie, are you playing?
No.
The little game we call Ask the, and it's Ask the something. This one is Ask the funkiest white boys in American music. All right, so here's how it's going to go. Each one of us is going to come up with a politically charged commentary and or statement. It could be as simple as Aleppo. When it's your turn, you could literally just say Aleppo, and then we're going to pick out of a hat. We're going to pick a funky white American musician and try to retort to your comment being that musician, impersonating, if you will, and you have to guess who we are. We're going to round table this, so we're all going to go. We're going to keep score. I don't even want to tell you what happens if you lose. You don't want to be the loser.
This is an answer bank, so it's not like you have to guess this out of the whole wide universe.
Can I have an answer back? Why does he just get an answer
It's
back?
on your scripts, Michael.
No, oh, it is on my script. Okay. Wait, where's the cup?
Some of these
me see.
are very. I wouldn't even know how to impersonate them. I don't know what.
Well, I gave
Some of
you
these are
some
pretty
clues.
awesome.
I know, but
All right, so Quincy, since you're our guest, this game, the whole show is all about the revolution of you. I will give you the choice to go first or to go last or second.
Sir, I'll go second.
You're gonna go second. All right.
I gotta figure out what's going on.
All right, so pick one.
Okay.
Don't show anybody.
Okay.
Frank, you're gonna keep score.
Sure.
Okay. Score is very important.
and you're guessing.
I saw Derek. I saw what you wrote in the blog, by the way.
Air score.
Yeah, the score really does matter. So my term, gentlemen, ask the funniest white boys in American music. So funny white boys in American
Not
music.
funny.
Funkiest. Sorry, hey, 60%, right? It counts in reading as well.
So not
Riff,
comedians.
RIF. What is this, school for ants? What do you guys think about maybe building a wall?
So now you.
Well, let Derek.
Okay.
Well, I feel like you can't, you won't, but you don't stop. And you don't want to build a wall because you got to fight for your right to party.
God damn it. That's easy. I got it. That was the worst. For somebody who does impressions, that
wasn't bad.
I mean, that was probably one of your that was
Yo,
worse.
I think it's intergalactic.
That was worse than you getting up on stage trying to be Keanu.
Oh, good one.
No, I'm just saying your Keanu was pretty terrible too.
What did I do that was bad? I said hi, I'm
you were
Keanu.
Derek. Yeah.
There was no rhyme or reason to anything anyone did up there. You should have went up
You
there.
didn't even say wall. Ad Rock. Right?
Yeah.
MCA? Who are you? You're a Beastie Boy. That's what I will say.
I am a Beastie Boy. You got to
Adam,
pick which one.
right?
Adam,
Yeah.
yeah.
Adam.
Yep.
Rest in peace. Dump some water out.
Yep.
I'll save your rug.
The wall. We're talking about the wall.
Ad
Talking
Rock.
about the wall.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm up. So, hey, Mike. I'm amazed at the way you asked the question about these walls.
I'm just.
Hey, Mike.
There you go. I got Paul.
Don't let it down.
It's so nice that Paul McCartney's sitting right here singing to me, right?
Sing a sad song.
Paul McCartney
Yes.
and the
correct.
Beastie Boy Ad Rock.
Ad Rock, you're
that's
right.
two. Listen, that's 2 points. Not.
I'm surprised Quincy didn't go with the accent though. He just kind of went for the.
Yeah, he went with the.
He made it harder.
Mike, I'm terrible at accents.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't go.
That's
on that
all right.
route.
You went the right
I
way.
know
then.
what I just mumbled.
All right, you want to go second. So Derek and I are going to pick. You have to come up with a commentary or a word or a lepo,
Okay.
whatever you want.
Trending topic.
Trending
So
topic.
you and Aleppo.
Could be
I'm just
anything.
using
Doesn't
an
have to be
example.
political or government based.
I'm gonna go with string cheese.
String cheese.
String
Damn.
cheese.
All right.
String cheese. What do you know about string cheese?
Or who are you asking? You want me to go first?
Yeah, go first.
What do you know about that?
I gotta cut loose, my foot loose from this string cheese and juice. I don't know, juice rhymes, but I gotta cut loose from the string cheese, man.
What?
What do you mean, what? I gotta cut loose, my foot loose from the string cheese. I gotta cut loose.
All right.
By the way,
Well,
I don't think there's any string cheese on the moon.
yeah, I don't think so because when I went on a date the other day, I was gonna. She wanted a burger with Swiss cheese on it, but she was like, "She's a man eater," because she had private eyes.
Was she watching?
They were watching me. I saw her every move.
So,
And she's also a rich girl, but she's gone too far because you know it
you don't want
matter
to date her.
She's
Yeah.
a
You
rich
don't
bitch.
want to date
She
her, man.
she hated the string cheese, but I do have that show on Pandora. So
I'm gonna go definitely Daryl Hall and
He may be too young for the reference.
KC and the Sunshine Band.
Oh no!
No,
Oh, Kenny Loggins. Kenny Loggins.
that was my
Footloose.
first choice.
Oh, all right.
Daryl Hall though.
Well,
Yeah, I love
surprised
Hall and Oates.
Me too, but I was surprised.
The funkiest white boys that ever exist.
But,
you can only tie.
Do you watch that show? That show, The House, Daryl's House.
Yeah,
That show's great, man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Wait,
I could see you on that.
I would love.
Oh,
to
I
be
heard
on
about that. We
show.
talked. Yeah,
It's awesome. It's like what a great concept for a TV show. You go there and you just play, and you play some of the Hall & Oates songs, and you play some of your originals, and then you eat. You have a chef cooking shit, and I have to give you a.
Yeah, keep going. Now I'm just laughing at what I got.
But I have to give you a politically charged thing.
Whatever. I mean, string cheese.
Anyway, Daryl's House on Pandora. It's a great show. I think it's on Pandora channel. Anyway, or it's on MTV too. It might be on MTV. I don't know. Who cares? Who watches MTV anymore? So the politically okay is it Donald Trump or Hillary?
Donald Trump or Hillary? Am I going first?
It's up to you, man.
Yeah, and this is
You know, I mean, I want to get down tonight to Donald, but I'm just, I don't know. I like. Hillary. That's the way I like it. That's the way.
Wow, look what you're doing with it. I like what you Yeah.
That's just the way.
Oh, I like it.
I like it.
I feel like D's struggling too, which I like even better because this is an automatic win for me.
How's automatic win for
Because
you?
it's gonna be so hard for you to guess who I am. Let's not worry about me.
Yeah,
right
but you
now.
got to do it. Like I threw you softballs.
Well,
kinda.
that's your fault. I want to win.
Sure, I've been going about this all wrong. Yes.
All right, go.
I don't really even know how to do it. If I do, I have to impersonate. I have to impersonate.
Yeah, you try to try.
I don't know.
Is this? You're Mick Jagger. You're terrible.
Oh, how'd you know it's Mick Jagger? I didn't even open my mouth
You
yet.
tried because Paul McCartney's already taken. You're trying to English accent. Boom.
That wasn't English. I was trying to stutter. I was trying to envision giant lips on the microphone. And I was going to say, what I was going to say was, I'm the male Tina Turner.
Oh, I would have got that anyway.
Yeah, you would have got that.
Mick Jagger.
Yeah?
And I think you're Casey of the Sunshine
Oh, for the tie. God darn it. That's Asta. That was a tough one, Frank.
That was tough. That was fun, though.
That was good.
That was a
It's
good
good,
one.
though.
Yeah, no, that was good. I was.
Listeners will like it.
Quincy wins anyway. Quincy wins. Yay!
There was another look. There's Robin Thicke. How would you impersonate Robin Thicke?
I don't even know. I would do that one song that we know.
What's the one? The older one.
Hey, hey, hey. Oh, the old.
No, yeah, the
It's R&B.
how does it feel?
Yes.
Know that I love you, baby.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good song. But like, I wouldn't know how to like impersonate him. Maybe impersonate his dad.
No, you just have to
What
do
are you
that
going to
one
play
song.
videos of home
Hey, hey, hey.
movies?
Was it Growing Pains?
Hey. That's his dad, yeah. Growing Pains. Alan Thicke.
Show me that smile again.
Ooh, show me that smile.
Don't waste another minute on your crying.
If you let Derek sing, he'll sing all day.
They're going to say, we'll know we're near. They're going to keep it going. Anyway,
Did you happen to?
how would you do Justin Timberlake? You'd have to sing it probably. It's hard to do his voice.
I don't know. He's kind of got like a high voice.
It's kind of like, hey man.
No, it's not like that. I don't know.
Hey, man.
He's hard to do.
I'm just glad I didn't
Kinda.
get Boz Skaggs or anybody else for that matter because I wouldn't have known how to impersonate and/or guess.
Yeah, you would have had Paul McCartney or
No,
Ad Rock.
Boz Skaggs. I said.
Oh, Boss Skaggs. Yeah, I would. What's
Boz Skaggs.
They have some good tunes, but I don't know. Like,
I thought he was a country dude.
Is he the-
Skaggs?
Frank, you wrote it.
Yeah, I did. It's in there.
Is he the one with
Pulled out of
the-
cup?
who's the? What's that band? That the guy he's like called Mr. Future or something. Future Man, and he plays his own like
Yeah, that's he's part of Bell Fleck and the
Bell
Flecktones.
Fleck and the Flecktones.
Yep.
That's it.
Actually, I had when I was in Nashville auditioning for that, I had lunch with Reggie Wooten, which is
Oh,
Victor Wooten's
Victor
brother,
Wooten's
who's
brother.
a part of that
Yeah.
whole group. He's the guitar player. Actually taught Victor how to play bass.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting. Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
I had a lunch with him.
Oh, nice,
So that
dude.
was pretty sweet.
How long were you in Nashville for that audition process?
24 hours.
Ah,
Yeah.
Really?
Real
That quick? That quick turnaround?
Yeah. I flew in, flew out. Yep. Last minute thing.
that's pretty sick. And you said no,
I said no.
but maybe next year.
Maybe next year. That's right.
It's a new one. Newer.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey Morning. It's coming off the new record we're working on.
This is at the. It looks like the Stone Pony.
Yep. It's last year's holiday show.
Oh, that's what I was talking about before.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hey
this was some
Morning.
good stuff.
Yeah, man. We got this year's holiday show, the 5th annual one, coming up December 17th.
Where's that? At the Stone Pony?
Stone Pony.
Nice.
Yep.
Where?
Gotta love the bass, man.
Yeah. Where can they pick up? Where can they check out? Where's the best place for them to check out your music?
I mean, any of the music streaming websites, Spotify. You can check out Quincy Mumford on Spotify, Quincy Mumford and the Reason Why. QuincyMumford.com, Facebook.com/Quincy Mumford. All that good stuff.
Twitter and everything is Quincy Mumford as well.
At Quincy Mumf on Twitter and Instagram at Quincy Mumford.
Yeah. Who's Quincy Mumford on Twitter?
You know, I don't know.
It's even your picture, but you're
I
like,
don't know. I feel like
I almost tagged the
maybe-
wrong one.
Oh, really? Someone has your name and has you as the picture?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I made it and then forgot the password.
Oh, so get it back, dude.
No. How do I do that?
You just click
need the
forgot
email.
password.
I think you need to like.
I tried
then-
that. Trust me, I tried everything.
Yeah.
Maybe
wow.
I didn't create it. Someone else did. I don't know.
But you could like write. See, that's a reason that they should verify you because it's like, this is my name and it's my picture. It's not my account. So they should be able to like go in, cancel that, and give you that name.
I gotta hit up Mr. Twitter.
Yeah, I tried to do that with Instagram because the guy who has @DerekD hasn't posted a picture in 4 years, and he's just sitting on it. And they
He's
want
waiting for that November 12th money.
Yeah, right. He wants like active, but whatever.
Right?
Yeah, this is good. You played
Dig
this.
it.
You
You
played
played
this at
this
House
at-
of Independence, didn't
Yeah.
you? Yeah. I made a mental note of this song. I was like, this shit's funky, man.
Yeah, it's the whole new record. The new record is just real funky, real sing-alongy. All the songs are, just we're trying to attack the mainstream media and bring the funk to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I really dig the new sound, man. I really do.
I love that. You give me something. That riff right there.
I dig it.
And this is live.
Yep.
This is live right here. Right here.
Yep.
You ever come across Jam in the Van?
Jam in the van. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. We saw you at the House of Independence with a dollar, please. Dollar. We're going to put a dollar jar.
What are you saying?
Frank, every time somebody
Main
says House
Squeeze?
of Independence,
Oh.
dollar in a jar. When we saw you with the Main Squeeze,
And so
I got and Soul Compound. I really got turned on to Main Squeeze. I didn't know anything about them. I loved them, and I started researching them, and I came across Jam in the Van, which I never saw before.
Yep.
Which is basically this pimped out. Your brother would love this van. It is this pimped out tour bus, I guess, or like van, I guess.
It's a
right?
van.
It's a legit
definitely
van.
a van.
And it's sponsored by Languinitas and GoPro, so it's a recording studio and video
What's
studio.
Languinitas?
It's a beer.
Oh, yeah.
So they have like these amazing. Main Squeeze was one of them. That's how I found this van. But they have these amazing
YouTube
artists.
channel? YouTube
it's a YouTube channel, and it's not as big as you would think because they get amazing talents and they stuff them in the van, and they all have GoPros on their instruments.
drive-
It's shot brilliantly.
And they're
No,
driving
they're not
it.
driving. It just drives around the country, I think.
It's probably safer to be still. But
check it out. It's called Jam in the Van. It's a YouTube channel.
And the studio.
Brilliant.
It's basically the van is the studio.
Yeah, and the sound and the video are
It's
both
sick.
top
It's
notch.
awesome.
We were just talking to Remember Jones about that. You brought it up with him.
Yeah.
Like the stuff you said how big is your band at its biggest?
10 piece.
10 people in a van.
Yeah.
And you're all like playing. I mean, that'd be pretty interesting. The drummer maybe just has a small snare or something. I don't know.
So actually, my buddy, this dude Crown, he was featured on my latest single that we put out, Helping Hand, and Crown rapped a verse on Incredible MC, and he was on Jam in the Van.
Oh, he
Check him out,
was?
Crown and the MOB.
Oh, I'm checking it
He
out.
was
I
in
definitely
Jam in
will.
the Van, and
Have you
he's
ever-
incredible.
Crown and the MOB.
In the MOB, yeah.
Have you ever heard of a guy named Wax?
No.
On YouTube?
No. Wax.
Yeah, he's pretty legit too. He plays guitar, raps.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Pizza and Beers will get you in the room, but the show is really all about the revolution of our guest, which is you. So Armchair Futurist. In the year 2050, which is what we've established 37 years away, right?
Something like that.
37 years?
32.
32?
33.
I'm not a math major. Carried
34, but
34.
essentially probably 33 because it's almost 2017.
All right, so it's 34 years away. You'll be 50 what?
Was it
How old are you?
30? I'm 25. 24, 25. 25.
You'll
in 2
almost be
months.
60 years old.
Yeah.
Almost 60.
So when you're 60, you're sitting back in your reclining chair, you're looking at the music industry. What does it
Yeah.
look like?
Oh man, probably terrifying. I mean, the way it looks right now. Yeah, I mean, it just keeps going into more futuristic. DJs are kind of running. They're running real hot right now.
Yeah, that's
and,
true.
It's cool. I respect it, but it's not the same as making music, and that's becoming more popular. And I see that kind of continuing to go.
If you
Yeah,
told me
that
when I was
direction.
like younger that like dude DJs and they're going to be like the biggest thing, but if you take away their lights, take away like just take away the lights, put it in a room that's just like house lighting on, you could have a guy shred guitar up there and it's still going to be awesome. But that'd just be like, and it's just a hit in the butt. I mean, granted, those guys they compose, they put it together, they assemble
Yeah,
it together,
totally.
and it definitely takes talent. I'm not taking anything away from it, but
You think
don't
that's the trend for
I think people are going to stop going to see live music
Why?
Because this whole DJ revolution, people are even just bands itself are starting to use a lot of tracking and backing tracking, and I'm guilty in some of those senses. I mean, in the sense that we use samples and stuff like that. We use sounds that we trigger in the middle of our songs to bring in other things in there. But there's bands that have full on backing tracks behind them, and they're playing to a song. And that eventually is going to come into where it's going to be all swallowed. And you see it nowadays with big pop stars. It's just the DJ and one person singing. And that's eventually people are going to get bored of that, and people are going to stop going to see live music. I hope not, but that's what I feel like.
That's interesting, because usually I always say like that live show will always be there.
I don't know.
That's you. Yeah, you're right. Like most people, well, we get a lot of like because we have a lot of performers on the show. We get a lot of hologram, right? Virtual reality. I think you might be the first person that said people will actually stop going, but I don't know if I disagree. When he's 60, you know, things might be a lot different out in the world. What's it even? The moon might have exploded by then.
What's it going to be like? What?
I mean, think about like 30, 40 years ago. Like when my parents are going to see shows, and people would go to see shows all the time.
Yeah.
There was less musicians out there. There was, just a select couple of bands that people would go see.
Yeah.
It wasn't as many. I mean, now there's millions and millions and millions of musicians, and people just don't always go out to see shows because there's so much going on, or they would rather sit at home and stream it from their computer.
Yeah, that's true. And then even to think, like my dad was in bands, and like he would get hired to go play a party. There wasn't a DJ. Like the band would go play at the party. That's what you would dance to. It'd be live music. It'd be like a wedding every weekend.
Right.
I don't want it to ever stop. I don't want to.
Wedding band.
It's scary to think
yeah,
about
it is.
that,
It is. But the way listen, you go out to dinner and look around at the tables. People aren't even talking to one another. They're looking at their phones. So why would you even go out to see a band in the future?
People are
if
like
that trend continues.
Driving. Like people are starting to not drive anymore, right? They have those like self-powered cars now.
Yeah.
People they just type in their GPS and they don't even need to drive anymore.
It's
In certain
the Google
states,
car
there's
is
some of
legal
that.
now in Nevada and I think Arizona.
Well, that's where they're testing it all. But eventually you'll have cars that literally like, oh yeah, I had a couple too many beers, let the car drive me home, or you hit another button and you can
Which isn't a bad thing. Like Derek just got a new car and it has the front braking system, right? You can't crash. And he drove me home last show, and I was like, "Just don't hit the brakes, dude."
I don't want to try.
There's a red light up above us. Just don't hit the brakes.
Well, no, the red.
He wouldn't do it. It's a brand new car. It's like, don't hit the brakes.
Well, the red. We're going to see the red light. It'll see a car.
Yeah, but
stop
there was
in
a
front.
car at the red light.
Yeah. But I don't.
I was like, we were holding hands, and I was like, "Come on, Stelma, just don't hit the brakes." I don't know. Thank you so much for coming out, man.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
On the way out, man, what do you want to plug?
Definitely check out our website, quincymumford.com. If you like funky, soulful music, check out our facebook.com/Quincy Mumford, Spotify. Just stream it and share it to your friends. Share it to your friends. Share it to your friends. So let's make this a revolution.
There you go. Perfect timing, man.
Nice. And they can get buy it on iTunes if they want to.
iTunes, anywhere you can find it. Just search, Google search Quincy Mumford. You'll find it everywhere, and just tell your friends.
Awesome, man.
Derek D.
Yeah, go to DerekD.com. Find out about my show at House of Independence, November 12th.
PBR Podcast. You can find us on the web, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram us. Give us some love, and we will love you back. I have noticed that I've been butchering that sentence for the last 4 shows. It's terrible. Derek, why don't you just do it again in announcer voice and get us out of here?
Well, give us some love, and we will love you back. Have a great day, everybody, and that's it for PBR.